Plaintiff Portia Humphrey is suing her ex-boyfriend and his ex-girlfriend for a cell phone she says their son stole from her home. Defendants Hugh Armstrong and Shirley Smith say none of this would have happened if Portia had not let their son into her home.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Pirro presiding.
Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Afternoon, Judge. You may be seated.
Portia Humphrey is suing Hugh Armstrong and Shirley Smith for the value of his cell phone and cell phone charges. Portia is suing her child's father. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Portia, why are we here today?
Well, as you know, me and Mr. Armstrong, we had a relationship. I later on found out that he had children, which was fine.
Who do you have children with, Hugh? Who is Shirley?
Yeah.
You're the mother of his children?
Yes,
Your Honor.
Okay. How are you?
Fine.
How old are you?
14.
Okay. All right. So, do you have children with him?
We have 2 children, a boy and a girl.
How old are your children with him?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. All right. So you have 2 children. Okay.
Around my son's first birthday, I invited his son and his daughter to attend it. They unfortunately was unable to come, but I didn't let that stop me from, being cordial and everything. So I brought over cake and pizza and, goodie bags.
All right. So it's on your baby's first birthday that you invite Shirley's kids to the party. They don't come, so you march on over to Shirley's with cake.
Yeah, I mean, I just, I felt like, because they couldn't attend, they shouldn't have missed out on the festivities and everything.
Why?
Because I want them to have I want them to have a good relationship. They moved down the street from me. They don't live too far.
Did you want your children to have a relationship with Portia's children?
Your Honor, I really don't mind that. I had to work. I did let her know that. Mm-hmm. And as you stated, she just brought it upon herself to come down to my home. Mm-hmm. I don't mind. My children are much older. I have 15 and 16-year-olds. Mm-hmm. So, it's not that they're going to have play dates. That's my whole issue.
Okay. If anything, your kids will babysit. The end of the day. Okay, so you march over with the birthday cake to include her children in the festivities. Yes. What now?
I told his son and his daughter that they could come over anytime that they wanted to. Good. We don't live that far. So it wasn't unnatural when he actually came over my house, that evening. He came and usually he'll play with them or outside or in the house, but he left so abruptly. I didn't really think nothing of it until later on I noticed my phone was missing. And, I didn't want to just jump to a conclusion about the whole situation. So I got the phone turned off that day. About a day or 2 later, I actually got it turned back on for 4 hours because I knew whoever had my phone, they were going to make phone calls on it. And I actually got the phone numbers from my phone company. I called them. A little girl answered the phone. She told me that I asked her if she knew who had my cell phone. I said, did somebody call you from a 213 number? She was like, yeah. I was like, do you know a little boy named Darius? She said, yeah. And I was like, can you please call him and tell him to bring me my cell phone or I'm gonna have the police pick it up.
Well, you moved fast. What you did was you just got the number from the phone company that was called from your phone that was stolen. You called the phone company and told them to stop the service on the phone. You called the person and said, who called you from this number? And she told you Darius.
Yes.
So did you call Hugh?
Actually, he was over my house, I believe the day before. And I told him I didn't know who had the phone, but let him know that if it was his son, I would pursue criminal action.
Okay. Hugh, talk to me.
Well, this is all because of Your Honor. I don't want to have anything to do with her. She doesn't take care of my kids. I was. Now I'm not employed. I'm not employed for a year.
Why?
Because I'm working on houses, trying something else different with my life.
That's a lie.
But anyway,
how do you know it's a lie?
Because he told me he quit. He got tired of walking to work. He used to work in Menominee Falls. You're going to catch the bus so far. And he got tired of walking the distance.
Well, let me ask you a question, Hugh. And I don't know enough about this yet. But you have 2 kids with her. And you quit your job?
Hey, I may not work right now, but I still take care of my kids. You could ask her grandma.
Ooh, that's 2 months.
And
ago.
she would tell you
who buys the diapers?
I do.
You
do? I do. I buy the diapers like 2 days ago.
For 2 months?
I came and bought milk, Pampers, food. She don't even be at home.
For 2 months?
Her grandma watch the kids. She gone for a week at a time. I go over there, my kids' Pampers sagging all off of them.
Let me ask you a question.
You was being so dramatic.
Please.
This coming from the man who sees his children 5 times a year.
You don't even be home. You a poor excuse as a woman.
He was buying his children diapers and Pampers and food for 2 months. That's for you.
If you think that your children are not being cared for, the first thing you do is you call Child Protective Services. If you're alleging that she's gone for a week at a time and your children are walking around in dirty diapers and are not being cared for, those kids are entitled to the right care and protection. First thing you do is you call Child Protective Services. I'm not even going to the place of where child support is and everything else. Okay? If those children are in jeopardy, then you have an obligation to protect them. They're your kids.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing about the kids? You're trying to get the kids?
Yeah. I'm over there helping her grandma with my kids because she's never there. Me on
Do
my
you
phone.
work, Portia?
No, she
No,
doesn't.
I don't. And if anything, why our children diapers are saggy is because I don't have any money to get them any new ones. So we have to stretch them. Anytime I ask them for anything, is I don't have the money.
Let
even
me
if he
explain
does.
something to you. I don't buy that. I'm a mother. If my kids' diapers are dirty and I don't have money to get them diapers, I'm not going to risk having a diaper rash. I'm going to wipe their little butts and I'm going to get a sheet or a t-shirt and I'm going to put it on their butts.
I mean, if you don't have it, you don't have it. And
No,
I've
if
been
you
in
don't have it, you go
programs.
find it.
I do go
What do
find
you want
it.
to tell me?
Nothing. Just go ahead. I'm going to let you talk. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and let you talk. Here, go ahead.
Plaintiff Portia Humphrey is suing her ex-boyfriend for a cell phone that his son stole from Portia's home.
All right, Shirley, what do you want to tell me?
Well, Your Honor, I really don't know Portia. You know, I know each other. We have this mutual thing together. We both have children with Mr. Armstrong, and that is fine. My son has other underlying issues that we are working on.
Did he take the phone, Shirley?
Yes, ma'am, he did. I have asked Portia several times, please do not let my son come down to your home. If you see Darius coming in your direction, you point that finger right back towards my home and say,
Why?
Because, like I said, my son has other things going on. Right now, he's on medication. He's in a special school. He's been in, yes. I don't have to explain to her why. As a mother, if I ask you not to let my child in your home, you should be very respectful
That ought
of
to be
that.
a real
and that should be
headliner.
enough said.
What kind of medication is he on, Shirley?
Right now, he's on Concerta.
What is that?
It is a attention deficit drug. Sometimes Darius is not using his better judgment. Do you know what I mean? So as his mother, you know, I just try to keep him away from that type of trouble because sometimes trouble will come find you. But the phone was apparently stolen on Monday. We were not told about the phone until Wednesday. I believe that she neglected to tell us about the phone because she knew that I had asked her several times to not let my son in your home.
And what she's trying to do is to include you and your family in her life, irrespective
Your
of what.
Honor, that's not
No.
true.
When I talk, you don't talk. Okay, that's what's going on here. Darius,
ma'am.
let me ask you a question.
Come up here.
Did you take the phone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
Cause she every time I did come over there, she was either on the phone, sitting down smoking weed, and then I would see that my brother would be sitting at the table and then have food that looked like it was 2 weeks old, and then their clothes was always dirty, and she always on the phone. So I took the phone.
Which is a lie. Get out of here. Whatever. That's such a lie.
How do you? Let me ask you a question. Your mom says that you have some problems. What kind of problems do you have?
Sometimes I just like 1 minute I have a bad day, and then I can't. When somebody tell me to calm down, I can't.
Mom,
Just taking the medicine.
in addition to the medication, is he in any kind of therapy? Are you getting help for him?
Well, Your Honor, we're saying he sees a therapist. Right now, he is in a school that does deal with this type of behavior, but unfortunately, that is not working. We are still looking for more help because the behavior has gone untreated for so long that right now it's kind of hard to get on top of it.
Why did it take you so long to identify it?
Kids don't come with a manual. You know, as a mother, you hate to admit that something is wrong with your child. When it was brought to me when he was much younger, you know, I said, you know, I'm sorry, but he's a boy. He'll grow out of this behavior. And I just worked with him.
Darius, you know, you have a very interesting sense of right and wrong. You took the phone. You know that's wrong. Yes? Okay. But you took the phone for a reason, and that is because you objected to the plaintiff, your baby brother's mother, being on the phone all the time. That's your justification. I'm not saying that that's right or wrong to be angry with her, but you know it's wrong to steal the phone.
Yeah, sure.
You know that, right? What concerns me, if you have anger problems, and if you see something that you think is wrong, and you want to make it right, but you violate the law, and you break the law, you can go to jail. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Your sense of right and wrong may be totally justified, but you cannot act on that by breaking the law. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's not just about the phone, because when you put that together with the fact that you have an anger problem, that means if you see something that you think is wrong and your anger gets out of control, you're going to do something that truly violates the law and you'll end up in jail and then you'll be really angry. It's a never-ending cycle. I respect you for saying you took the phone. All right? You've got to admit it when you do something wrong and try to learn from it. You know you could be arrested for that. Do you know that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, why don't you have a seat? Okay. All right, what do you want to say, Portia?
I mean
what?
He knew my phone was an MP3 player on the back of it. That's why he took my phone. Had I known he was a klepto, he would have never set foot in my house.
How do you know he's a klepto? He's saying the reason he took it was to keep you off and to take care of his siblings.
Oh, later on, I found out.
Yeah.
Even though she told me not to let him come over there. She made it seem like she didn't want him over there because she thought it was inappropriate for him to be over there without his father.
You ought to stop worrying about
time.
their son and start worrying about your kids.
My kids are fine. I'm not gonna change a shirt just because he spit a little ketchup on it. You know, every time. I mean, you know,
we're not talking about that.
I understand that, man. I understand that, Judge. I understand that. We're talking about the case here on my phone. And if you need some proof, you know, I have my cell phone bills, and that's what I'm suing for. My cell phone bill for July 11th through July, that's July phone bill. Yeah. That's the phone bill. And then the stuff that is highlighted is the charges that he ran up on my bill.
What's Mrs. Officer Explicit Drop Give Me 5
That's
feet?
a song that was downloaded onto my phone.
Okay, so did you download these songs, Darius?
It was songs and games.
No, Your Honor, the phone was, when I threw the phone out the window. And then when I went back to look for it, because I was going to give her the phone back, and when I went back to look for it, it was gone. And she kept turning the phone on and off. So I told her, I was like, somebody has your phone. Instead of you keep turning it on and off, if you try to call, you could probably get the person that has your phone now.
But when she called, or when she found out from the phone company, the number that was dialed from that phone, the person that she spoke to said that you called her. So you were using the phone.
I did use the phone, because I had the phone. And
how many days did you use the phone?
I used the phone one day, and that's when I called 2 people from it.
Okay, how come I can't tell from this bill what day these things are downloaded?
Because in order for me to get the information, I would have to go on a computer, and I don't have a computer or access to a computer.
What's highlighted here? I don't know the date it was highlighted. I mean, I don't know the day it was downloaded.
The date is at the top. It'll have the month and the date.
Just has the bill period, June to July.
That's all that they gave me.
We've got the value of the cell phone is how much?
$350.
Where is a proof?
Here we go.
And at the end of the day, do we find the cell phone?
No. This all could have been avoided if I had got the cell phone back. That's all I wanted was my cell phone. It had all my numbers and everything in it.
All right, good. So, and then you want the cell phone bill paid and the value of the cell phone.
Yes, I didn't have my cell phone for about 4 weeks, which I was being told I was going to receive money. Never did. I only received $100 from Miss Smith.
You gave her $100?
Yes, I did discuss that with her. I said, is your phone insured? She said yes. She insisted that she get this specific phone back. I gave her $100. I have a receipt for that I got from her. I also made Darius take his personal belongings over there. Things that meant of great value to him. So I figured, you know what? She could have easily given those things away the way he did your phone.
Defendants Hugh Armstrong and Shirley Smith say they know their son stole Portia's phone, but they've paid her for it.
Let me ask you a question. What things did Darius give away?
Darius, I made him give his bike to her, a 19-inch color television, video game console. He has some toy trucks. One is a remote control truck, and the other one is just kind of a push truck. But they're large enough where the little boy is probably 1 or 2 at this point. He would have been able to.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yes, ma'am. But I feel like, you know what?
It's all very raggedy.
No, I'm sorry, but it is not raggedy.
And I didn't let my son touch anything. I don't want their property. I want what belongs to me.
It was not raggedy. And like I said, it was a way to justify him, taking her things.
Portia, let me ask you a question. She gives you $100. She admits that her son took the phone. Darius admits he took the phone in open court in front of all of us. And in addition to that, she punishes him by making him give you stuff that are his things. You know what? You're out of line.
Thank you.
Here's the bottom line. This is a very simple case. It is a case for conversion, whether or not the defendants are liable to the plaintiff for the taking of a phone. Parents are responsible for what their kids take. That's why these two are standing there. Now, the value of the cell phone, according to this, is this limited edition stuff is $349, all right? Now, the defendant has already paid $100, so we're talking about $250. Now, the plaintiff is also alleging that she has a cell phone bill of $147. And there are certain downloads, additional charges for various music that was downloaded without a specific date. This court cannot assess when those downloads were. And therefore, I will not give you money for any download. But here's what bothers me. You're suing for a cell phone bill. Hogwash. You said yourself in your statement, and you said it here in court, I called the phone company and got it turned off the same day.
Yes.
All right? So how should they have to pay $147 for the phone bill?
Because I still have to pay the phone bill regardless
That's your
if it's on or not.
problem.
Even though
That's
he
your
took it?
problem, not their problem. The verdict is for $250 for the plaintiff. So be it.